Hey everybody, Marc here from Gamers UK with part 2. Part 2, count them. There's one, there is 2, of DragonAge Origins for the PS3. But I suppose if you're playing on the 360, you can follow this. What the hell? We take all comers.
It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest.
Sorry, I don't want to talk over Duncan too much. The guy deserves respect. I mean, he has an awesome beard. That beard commands a lot of respect. Only an asshole will talk over Duncan.
Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here.
Yeah, so we've been taken into the Grey Wardens. We haven't officially become a Grey Warden yet, but we're heading over to Ostagar, which is like the main outpost where the king, which is the dude in the fancy armor, is facing off against the Darkspawn. The Darkspawn are basically your kind of stock villains, kind of monsters, orcs, goblins, that kind of thing. And the king is kind of like, yeah, we're gonna kick their asses. That's what this dialogue is all about.
I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest.
Interestingly enough, you might be looking at the king's armor and thinking, I want that. I want that. If you want that armor, you can get it. It's basically in the Return to Ostagar DLC, which I won't be covering in this playthrough because there's a problem with the Ultimate Edition, which I have, which is DragonAge Origins Ultimate Edition, which for the PS3, which has all the DLC bundled in with it. The problem is the Return to Ostagar DLC. It's not actually bundled in, even though it says it is on the case. They actually put the Stone Prisoner, which is a separate bit of DLC. They put that in twice instead of Return to Ostagar, so kind of missed out. But I do have it for the Xbox 360, my copy on the Xbox 360, and that armor is pretty cool. If you do going after that armor, I would advise you to be a pretty good level before you get it, because some of the items in this game sort of scale up. So if you get them at like a useless level, they're not going to be very useful.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds me that his forces could be here in less than a week.
A lot of talking in this part. Yeah, so as you can see, the king's kind of overconfident.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign.
He's kind of cocky, the king, but I kind of like him. He's a pretty likable character.
I'd hoped for a war like in the Tales.
He hoped for a war like in the Tales. He's a dreamer. He's a dreamer.
I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
The king. Sorry about that. I was just trying to fix my door handle. Kind of loose.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn.
See, this was one of my decisions. You know, I mean, well, we're 3.5 minutes in, and we've seen nothing but cutscene. But you know, my decision to keep the cutscenes in was a decision that I thought was the right decision. Because you gotta really feel for the story. You gotta understand what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, you know, if I cut the cutscenes out, sure, you would see a lot of the gameplay a lot faster, a lot of the action. But for a legitimate walkthrough, I think you need to retain cutscene. There are certain things that I will cut out, like you know, pointless things. But I'm trying to retain as much as possible in this Let's Play.
The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
And so we're given right now. We're allowed to go off. We're supposed to track down this guy called Alistair, who's going to become our new party member for us, and he's going to be a really important member for the rest of the game. Well, for a lot of the game. Spending my points there. Strength, willpower, and constitution. They are, if you're just starting out the game and you play as a warrior, it probably pays dividends to just allocate one of your free points into strength, willpower, and constitution. Strength for the obvious reasons, so you can deal more damage. Willpower, so you got a little bit more health to go with. And no, willpower gives you more stamina to use for like special moves and techniques. And Constitution increases your health. So those are the free. If you're not unsure what to spend your points on, and you want to go for a safe option that's going to sort of balance your character out as a warrior, go for strength, willpower, and constitution. If you're a mage, go for I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done my homework, but I think you'd be better off getting willpower and something else for the mage. Sorry, I have not done my homework. I'm playing as a warrior, so who cares?
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the circle?
The dude having the argument with the wizard is
a message from the revered mother.
Alistair.
Sir Mage, she desires your presence.
What her reverence desires
He's
is of
kind
no
of
concern to me.
like this
I am
little
busy helping the
bit
Grey
of
Wardens by the King's
dialogue
orders,
here,
I might
which shows
add.
you that
Should
he's
I have asked her to write
pretty
a note?
comical kind of
Tell her I
character,
will
kind of
not be
funny,
harassed in this manner.
bit of a funny
Yes,
guy.
I was harassing you.
He's a pretty good warrior actually. If you want to use it, if you're not a warrior yourself,
I thought we were getting along so
you
well.
definitely want
I
to keep
was
Alistair
going to
close at
name one of
hand
my
because
children
you can
after
really
you.
turn him into quite a
The
tank.
grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. Just trying to find a bright side to all this. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage. And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you.
Likewise.
As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you...
Like I said, the first 3 or 4 parts are gonna be a lot of just getting to know the
I imagine
story,
you get things started.
a lot of cutscene, a hell of a lot of
Any questions,
cutscene.
let me know.
Um,
Otherwise, lead
but
on.
we'll get to the action. Probably in this part we'll see a bit of action. We'll see a bit of fighting. Hopefully, well, we will see some fighting in this part. We'll also get a couple new members in our party. Sir Jory and a guy called Davith. We'll get them just now, I think. And we'll be sent off on our first legitimate quest for the Grey Wardens.
Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing.
You got owned.
This is Sir Jory, a knight from Redcliffe.
He's got a bit of a
How'd you do?
And
chubby
this here
face.
is Davith, a fellow from Denerim.
That's me. I'm a fellow.
He's a fellow.
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
Yeah, just call me recruit. It's not like I got a name or anything.
You 4 will be heading into the Korkari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain...
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna cut to the chase here and ruin the lovely bit of dialogue we got here. Basically, we're gonna go in the forest, which is full of Darkspawn. We're gonna kill Darkspawn. We're gonna take their blood, because we need the blood to make special potions. To make a special potion that we drink to become a Grey Warden. To become a Grey Warden, you need to drink the blood of Darkspawn, and if you survive it, if you survive the taint of the blood, then you survive and you become a Grey Warden. If you don't, well, you die. So that's the first thing we're going to do in the forest. Then we're going to find some scrolls which promise aid to the Grey Wardens in times of a blight, which is the name for when Darkspawn come all over everywhere and, you know, just ruin the whole place. So we're going to find those scrolls, and you'll notice we recruited those 2 people, Davith and Sir Jory. Sir Jory is a warrior and Davith is a rogue. Davith uses 2 swords, one long sword, 1 dagger, I think he uses 2 daggers, and Sir Jory uses a great sword. So Sir Jory's pretty strong. Davith is a rogue, so when we go into battle, when we're fighting with these people, we're going to want Davith to attack from behind, because rogues deal double the damage when they're attacking from behind. So if you take control of him and, you know, moving behind the enemy, you can do double damage. Sir Jory's pretty much a tank, so we can leave him alone. But yeah, word of advice: once you get these 2 characters, I wouldn't bother too much about giving them any more equipment. Just keep them with the equipment that they've got. Don't bother giving them anything special because I wouldn't get too attached to these 2 characters. You'll see why. And here we go in our first bit of action.
Great. Now we're getting rabies flung at us.
On it.
Wolves, nothing to be worried about. You can sell their pelts for a bit of money. Other than that, they're not really a problem. Took control of Alistair there for no real reason other than to show you that you can take control of different members of your party, mainly for tactical reasons. Also, if one of your party members is getting the crap beat out of them, you can always switch to another one and come to their rescue. You can set tactics and everything, which is cool. So characters will know when to heal themselves, what moves to use, and everything.
As he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
I didn't realize, but I saw a video where somebody actually killed this guy on the floor here. I didn't even realize you could kill him. But there are certain cutscenes where you can kill people. But I don't know why you would want to kill this guy, because he's one of the good guys. So I don't know quite why you would do that. Kind of strange.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Here's where we realize Sir Jory's a bit of a
Those soldiers were careful, and they
he's
were
a bit
still
of a pussy.
overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the 4 of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back. I'm simply trying to stay alive. You do not see me fleeing, do you?
A bit of fear isn't unnatural, you know. Few relish meeting Darkspawn up close. I know I don't. Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Cursed creatures.
Yeah, this is our first fight with Darkspawn, I believe. Our very first battle with Darkspawn. I was a bit perplexed. I'm not sure if I turned the music off, because usually when you go into battle, there's some funky battle music going on, but for some reason it doesn't appear to be kicking in on this video. I probably just turned it off in the options without really realizing it. Some of the battle music's pretty kick-ass in this game, I would say, especially the Darkspawn. Whenever you fight a Darkspawn, I love the track from Darkspawn. There you'll see I changed the difficulty. Yeah, because I think I realized that the enemies were a bit too easy, so I bumped it up a little bit. There's like a couple of side quests in this place that you can do. One is to do with a guy called Rigby. If you go to this this tent here, as well as these Darkspawn, you'll find a dead missionary, and you can pick up the items that are left on his body. One's a little lockbox, I think, and you can give it to his wife, who is in a different town somewhere else, for a reward and some XP. Now you see I have shield defense turned on. The little icon on the little green icon there on the left, it's kind of purpley in the green box. That's shield defense. That basically, if you have a shield equipped, you can use that and you have a better chance of deflecting missile attacks. I decided to turn it on because some of these Darkspawn have bows, and that's really the only thing you need to use shield defense with. The dead guy, is he around here somewhere? No, it's not a dead guy. You find his journal here. The actual dead guy himself, I think I walked past. So yeah, that's fail right there. You notice I think I picked up enough vials of blood here. So we've got the blood covered, I think. Now we just need the scrolls. It's definitely good to explore every inch of this area, because you won't ever get a chance to come back to this this forest ever after you do it. So it's best to really explore everything you can in this forest while you're here the first time, and try and get as much XP as you can.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Because I may have said it already in part 1, but the enemies in this game, they do not respawn. So if you want XP, you really have to search the whole length and breadth of the map and try and find everything and discover all the areas, and just kill any enemies you find in those areas to get XP, because the enemies don't respawn. Just the only bummer I have about this game is you can't really have a training montage. You can't really, if you're getting your ass kicked, you can't go and train. Well, you can, but I mean, it's a lot harder. See, I'm being flanked by 2 Darkspawn here. 2 Genlocks. I used Shield Bash on the one on the right to knock him down while I dealt with the rogue. It's imperative that whenever you fight a rogue, like enemy that has rogue in the name, it means it's the rogue class, always give them your attention, because if they get behind you, they're going to do double damage, so you don't want one of those little bastards attacking you from behind. Turned into a real bloodbath. Everyone else is handling themselves pretty well, I have to say, and I'm kind of getting my ass kicked. And then we all gang rape this Herlock. Just totally owned him. Totally owned him. And there's just the Lone Ranger over there. Shot me with an arrow. Shield Bash, knock him down, and then he's dead meat. He is dead meat. And everyone finished him.
And we're still alive.
It's things like that, little comments like that, that make this game, so enjoyable. Alistair there, and we're still alive. little I don't know, I just love the little touches like that. Now, I mentioned the dead guy. That's his body there. Find his last will and testament. I don't pick it up because I said I'm not gonna do side quests in this playthrough, in this let's play.
Not a chance.
Daffif is a rogue, but oddly enough, he sucks at lock picking. So don't bother using him to try and unlock the chests you find in this area. The only way you're gonna unlock any of the chests you find in this area is if you're a rogue yourself, and you happen to have invested the time into making the lockpick skill one of your fortes. Otherwise, you can just leave these chests. I don't think I've ever actually found out what's inside those chests, so making a rogue would be the way to do that. Now you'll see that this enemy has a yellow name. Yellow basically kinda equates to like mini boss level, kinda. So he's quite a tough guy. He's a kind of a magician mage, Darkspawn mage. And I use Alistair because I might have said already that Alistair is a Templar, and he has the Templar skill. Sorry, the Templar class specialization. So he can actually drain a mage character's MP by attacking them, and that's really useful in this early stage. Whenever you see a mage character, just take control of Alistair and go and hit him with Alistair, because he can, as he's a Templar, he can drain their MP, which is really useful against mages. Right here, I'm kind of not faring too well. There's Jory. I think he was almost gonna die, so I just made him have a potion. Drink a potion, otherwise he was gonna die. And we came through still.
So, you're the one we spent all that
I didn't
time
mean
waiting
to
for,
initiate
huh?
dialogue with him. I was like,
Hey, I'm following you, aren't
I was just trying to pick up something off a dead body, and he kind of got in the way. So I ended up speaking to him. And there we go, I trigger a nice bear trap. Like hold trap. If you're a rogue, you can disarm them. There we go, he did it again.
Right.
I don't think, even though, like I said, oh, and another guy, that's triple fail. We all got caught by the trap, except Jory. So Jory wins. He wins. I think there is a side quest you can do here. I don't know if I do it in this video, but you can find a pile of ashes off a dead soldier, and if you take it to a certain point in this area, you can actually summon a mini boss called Gazareth, and you can kill the mini boss and get a pair of shoes for a mage, I believe, a pair of enchanted shoes, but I don't do it in this playthrough. The wildflower, this wildflower is only useful if you don't already have the dog. Because I'm a human noble, I already have the dog, so I got nothing to worry about. But if you're any other character and you find this flower, pick it up and give it to the guy back in the camp, the army camp, and he'll heal the dog with it, because the dog is sick. If you haven't caught the dog is sick, and you use that flower to make it better, and then you can get the dog after that. So that's how you recruit the dog, if you weren't the human noble. But I kind of skipped it because I'm the human noble. This is kind of a sort of a tough battle, because you'll notice the guy with that guy right there, he's a Hurlock Alpha. They're slightly tougher Darkspawn. They're kind of like leaders. They can use War Cry, which is that move he just did. War Cry. War Cry decreases the attack of all nearby enemies, so that's a pretty good attack. Yeah, basically, it's still early days, so enemies they don't really require much strategy. Not much strategy. You can still, you can still win by just beating them up with your weapons. Somebody had bad indigestion. There's the Alpha. He has quite a lot of good stuff. I think I just take everything because I'll sell it later on and get some good cash for this junk. I mean, Lyrium potions are already good for mages, so I don't need them at this point. Acid flasks you can throw them at people, cause a bit of damage. There's the chest. It's broken though, so I mean, well, what's gonna happen? A loading screen. That's what happened. As you see, the chest is broken. We think we've failed. Oh no, we're being stalked.
Well, what have we here?
Homina, homina, homina,
Are you a
homina.
vulture, I wonder? A scavenger
They're all like,
poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since
they're like, hot
cleaned.
damn.
Alien intruder.
I joke, I jest.
Come into these Darkspawn
This is a
filled wilds
witch
of
called
mine in
Morrigan,
search of
and
easy
she's
prey.
not an enemy. well, she's not friendly either, but she's not an enemy.
What say you? Scavenger or intruder?
I am a barbarian warrior.
Power no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered. Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, handsome lad. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized. And you may call me Morrigan, if you wish. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer? You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
Way to go, Alistair. Way to go. Sneaky witch thief.
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for it was not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened. 'Twas my mother, in fact. There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
If the pot's warmer than this forest. They're not talking about... Are they talking about drugs? Talking about the pot? If the pot's warmer than the forest. Sir Jory knows his, he knows his pot. He is a little bit. And so, the journey carries on.
Greetings.
And we meet an old hag. Jeez.
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
Oh man. Jeez, like talking to my grandma.
If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Do you possess a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as the others do? Is that all? Surely your mind stretches farther than these surroundings. So much about it is uncertain, and yet I believe.
Shut up and give me my fucking scroll, you old bitch.
This is a dreaded witch of the wilds.
Witch of
Damn.
Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh,
Later on, we'll be given a side quest to kill this old bag. And, I'm not gonna give any spoilers away, but she's not as crazy and, old hag-like as she looks right here.
Long ago, I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize. Such manners. Always in the last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
And that concludes our first quest for the Grey Wardens. We have our blood, and we have our scrolls. It only took half an hour. Only took half an hour. So now we can officially join the Grey Wardens by undergoing a extremely grueling ritual, which involves killing babies and drinking lizard blood and dancing under a full moon. I'm just kidding. That it involves none of those things. It'd just be plain weird if it did. Just gotta speak to Kennel Guy, give him the flower that I found, so we can make the dogs better. I don't know.
Did you happen to see any white flowers?
Yeah, here's your flower, asshole.
I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. I have, let's see, 20 silver to offer as a reward for it. Thank you for your assistance, then. Perhaps we won't lose as many hounds as I'd feared.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Either way, I don't care, because I just leveled up! What am I now, level 3? Yeah. And I get the Threaten skill. Threaten is a good skill because if you activate Threaten on every hit that you do on an enemy, it'll attract nearby enemies. So if you have a mage in your party, or like a weakling, like an archer or some other weak character, and you don't want enemies to be picking on them all the time, if you're a tank, use Threaten, and your mage friends or your archer friends who are wieners, you'll attract all the attention onto yourself, so you can beat up all the enemies yourself and not have to worry about, enemies beating the crap out of your mage while he's trying to cast protective spells on you. I think the rest of the video is just basically me buying stuff off this bald dude. So
the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Goods on the side.
Let me know what you'd like.
Let me know what you like. Yeah, I sell all the crap to you. You notice I have a sword there that is called Blight Blood, and you'll notice it's worth quite a lot, and you might find yourself thinking, how did you get that bow and that sword? And I'm gonna tell you, they're both DLC. Blight Blood is a fantastic sword. Unfortunately, I can't use it at the current state I'm in now. I'm not strong enough to wield it. But Blight Blood is a sword that does additional poison damage with every hit it does, and it is a really super awesome sword. And you get that by doing the Darkspawn Chronicles DLC. And once you complete the DLC, which is a standalone DLC, once you complete that, every new game you make will come equipped with this sword, Blight Blood. And as you can see, it has 3 slots for runes, 3% melee critical chance, and a lot of other stuff that I couldn't read before I turned the menu off. And it's a real badass sword. Duncan is basically like the Qui-Gon Jinn of this game.
Good. I've had the circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Yeah, let's begin the joining.
Excellent. You will need that courage to face what comes next.
What? You're gonna rickroll me?
How much
Oh,
danger are we
okay.
in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
Oh, that's nice.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
Oh no, they're gonna rape us. See you in the next episode, guys. Thanks for watching.